It's okay. Today's a Monday, and it's more of a chill day. I'm in a better mood today, Lamau. At least for now, Lamau. Wish it. That's okay. I was a little bit like sad. I've been saying it's just for a lot of good reasons. Sorry, chat. Sorry, life happens. But, what goes down must go up, what goes up must go down. So, here we are. Here we are, here we are. Now, I don't really know what else to say. What else do we have going on? Ooh, I should light a candle. I got a new perfume that I am testing, but technically it is a cologne. Let's see. Oh no! Oh no, it's a perfume. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it was a cologne, but it's technically a perfume. I just looked it up. Cologne. No cologne. No. Sorry, Marky. No. It's actually quite good. Like I said before. Oh, look at it. It's going crazy. It's like, Anyways. It's been so chill. Hi, George. Stick it next to the mic so I can have a sniff. Nah, just like snort. I don't even know what this one is. It's a very I've been in the wintertime. I'm really into like more masculine scents. Like I love oud. Oud is so good. Oud with like cinnamon, musk, coffee, dates. Those scents are really good. So most of the stuff that I have around the house or scents in general have it. So like right now, what I'm wearing, has like a lot of like caramel and lemon coffee and stuff. It's pretty good. I'm gonna do a review on TikTok, so y'all just have to wait for it. As long as it's soft scents, I'm fine with almost whatever. I don't really wear the soft scents. I can't do flowery smells and shit like that. I don't really like florals. Like, there's this one scent. It's called Fox in the Flower Bed. It's a sample I got when I purchased like a full size. By imaginary authors, and it smells like a grandma. Like, I know a lot of people would really enjoy this if you like super floral scents. I'm not really into that. I don't really want to. Maybe one day I'll expand my collection into it, but I don't know. It's too overpowering, and I just don't like it. I like very like fruity, softer scents in the spring. Maybe I'll get a couple, but I really don't think I'll get a ton. I like more my nose stings and I get a headache if the scent is too strong. Yeah. So far, no one's told me that I give them like a headache or whatever. Andrew has. Because he's like, oh my god, why do you wear so much like perfume? Because it's like right after I get out of the shower and I put on my lotions and then I apply it. Because that's when it's like the strongest. But, I don't know. It's not like we're around each other all the time, so it doesn't matter. It's because he's always in the other room. And by the time it wears down, because it's very like when it opens, like the one I'm wearing, it opens with like a very like sweet scent and then it settles into more of like a musky chocolate, almost like chocolatey smelling like incensey scent, which I really like. I like smelling very like deep. But I also really like a lot of like sweeter perfumes too. It's kind of confusing to people because I'll like swap. I'll be like super. It's like two opposite sides of the spectrum, and it really just depends on the vibe. I have some in betweener scents, but I mean, as my collection expands, it'll be more in between stuff. But I really like those two groups. I don't like the in betweens. Anyways, and unfortunately, I have expensive tastes, so Everything that I really enjoy, not everything, but a lot of stuff I really enjoy can be a little bit more expensive. So I'm like, but I really don't mind. Sometimes I like really youthful scents too. It really depends on what I'm doing. I try to match my scent with what I'm doing. Mark says, well, you gotta put your money somewhere. I invest sometimes. Um, but when it comes to perfumes, I like to like, I don't know, I like to blend in to where I'm going. I know it's not very like American of me, and I've always gotten like a lot of flack for it, but I really like to blend in everywhere I go. I don't want to stand out a lot because I've always like stood out no matter how hard I tried. So I just do what I can to blend in. So I try to get like scents that help me blend in more and that sort of thing. Like we're gonna bark for a minute. Because Andrew just got back. Shopping. Are we good? Are we good? Oh, oh, alert dog. Ollie is very protective, but he knows this Andrew is really excited. Now he's concerned. He is the same. But this is something I don't really correct him with. It's when someone messes with the door, I want to correct. That's a good boy. Okay, now go. Go say hi. Go say hi. I know. It's Andrew. You'll settle. Now he's gonna settle. Because Andrew should be in. But he's trained to do stuff. I think Andrew already left out. Give me a second. You just did it. Yep, you did good. Let's get your bone. Everybody gets their bone. Me too. So what? Up, 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 up. Thank you. Okay, they're good. Are we happy now? Yes. He's really good. Andrew was, he got locked out. He kept messing with the door. And Ollie is trained to, yeah, like I said, do all that. Try to break into my house. Well, now he's literally trained to go after you. Good boy. Good boy. We had, an incident a while ago where someone was trying to like get into the house in the middle of the night, and Ollie was trained to like scare him away and stuff. So he's very well trained. Anytime someone comes to the door or like tries to like jostle things or whatever, and there's a person very close to the house outside, except for the mailman. We understand the mailman, don't we? Yes, we do. See, he's so happy now. He's like, I did good, Mom. But yeah. He's trained to let us know and then go to the location and bark a lot. Good boy. Sandy doesn't really like to bark a lot, so she doesn't really do it much. She only does it when they like start coming inside. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, they're always trained to like wake us up and stuff like that. He sleeps right at my feet every night too. It's a good boy. I don't know. It scares people too. Especially if they stay over. Papa. Ollie. Thank you. I know. I know. Such a good boy. Sorry for the loud. He's a really good boy, though. I know, once he comes in, you can go say hi. I know, right now he's chit-chatting, and that's okay. Our neighbor's also outside, too. Dari says, OMG, Josie Pussy, your times are not EU-friendly, and Brexit means Brexit. I know! I know, today was really rough. It'll be better in the next couple days. Honestly, I'm probably going to start streaming a lot earlier. I just have some loose ends to wrap up. Like I said, by the end of the month, I'll be streaming hopefully earlier, depending on what's going on next. It's either going to be really early or really late. But today, I did my animations and stuff like that. I do like streaming at this time, though. I do want to go back to 4:30, but we shall see. Is that nice? He also farted. I don't know if you guys heard that. He makes audible farts. He's like, eee! Yeah. How are you, Darius? How is the life? Yes. Oh, what's good? He's so goofy. Sandy's going to town on her bone in the other room. She's like, I barely barked, but I did good. But when Andrew tries to come inside again, then she's gonna go crazy. Hi, Chaotic! Sa al-Nur. Or Sabah al-Nur. Fuck, I'm tired. Harry says, well, I'm tired, Posey. I did my podcast, and I think I ate too much because I played twice on Sunday. Bruh. What do you mean you ate too much? Yeah, this weekend I was, like, bulking. I did this similar thing. I was like, yum, 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 yum. I was like, I'm gonna eat a lot. What? He's okay if you're tired. You can just have me play his ASMR until the dogs bark again. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Boop, boop, boop. I cleaned his ears yesterday too, so he's like extra happy. He loves it when I get him nice and clean. Yes, you do! Man, the news has been wild today. Hasn't been as interesting, but I'm really excited to see what happens with the protests in the future. Daria says, I feel like one of them anacondas when they've eaten sheep and just sleep in the corner for a month, but instead of sheep, it was a curry. Bro! Paddock says, good, just feeling a lot of boredom. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Not as bored. I don't get bored super often. I'm very content doing nothing because my mind can just like occupy, you know? Perks of having the ADHD, you are never bored. There's always something to work on, either internal or, random. Sorry, not trying to be fair. That was actually quite rude of me. I apologize. Darius, up. Mm-mm. Up. Darius says, I get bored, but there's so much to do, it feels like a choice to be bored. Yeah, it can. It can. I don't know. Like, for me, boredom is something that happens when what I want to do, I can't really do, and I have to just sit there and think about what I want to do, which makes me feel bored. That's what boredom is to me. It's like what I want to do, I can't do, and then I'm just stuck doing stuff. So, like, I can be bored while I'm physically doing a task, And a lot of people don't really understand that. Like even if you're working on something, you can still be bored. Chaotic says, in my case, it's really a choice since my classes will only be back on the Thursday and I'm currently not working. Oh, vibes. Yeah. Dara says, like, if you could just go, fuck it. I'm like, I'm learned about astrophysics vibes. I get run down more than bored, TBH. Yeah. Hi. Yes, I know. Apapa. Apapa. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Anyways, Chaotic says, I was actually reading a book in Stellar Astrophysics Vibes. Mm-hmm. Andrew's just about to come inside. Dart says, like, after training on a Thursday, sometimes just crash out and can't do anything. Yeah, but then there's, like, I guess with the internet, you get to choose what occupies you, you know? Which is kind of nice. You can't really do that. You couldn't really do that a super long time ago. Way, way long ago. AKA, like, 30 years ago. We were more reliant upon, well, maybe longer than that, before TV and stuff. Mass communication. So, like, maybe the 30s, we had to rely more on, like, social settings and stuff to entertain us, which that was really limited to your location. Darius says, yeah, chaotic, it's class. It's like being some kind of Mongol warlord where with your dinner you just get a local shaman to tell you how the world works. Bruh. Bruh. Ah. Mm. Oh no, you just won that. Okay. Oh no, I kind of get how that is, honestly. Ollie, are you winning, son? He's in distress. He's okay. He knows what to do. He wants to be comforted right now. Um I don't know. Dogs are really communicative if you just learn how they talk to you, you know? And then you have to modify how you talk to them. It's like you have your own language. And if you really want to get them riled up, you have to sneeze at them. That means that it's like a I want to play with you kind of vibe. So they think that you're playing. So they're like, oh, whatever you're doing, that means we're chill and we can play together. Like it's not fighting, it's not being rough. So uh with cats, you have to like blink a lot at them and then you start playing and they understand that if you're getting a little riled up, it's not because you're mad at them. With dogs, you just sneeze at them a lot. Yeah. Right now, he just wants comfort. He's a little leaner. Likes to lean up on people. And he's really big, so he's so cute. Our neighbors have kids, and he really loves kids, like and babies especially. If they're if they're about as tall as he is, which he's pretty tall, he weighs like 115 pounds. But if they're like about as tall as he gets really happy. Daria says to annoy my parents, when I looked after their puppy, I only spoke to it in Spanish, so I didn't know English. Yeah, I have training commands for all of my pets, and I've had my own like training commands for pets ever since I was like, I don't know, in high school. Actually, no, middle school when I was like training more dogs, like late elementary school and middle school. Um, so I have like a series of commands that I do with them. And depending on the situation, I use different ones. And it's kind of like a habitual thing. So, like, the dogs understand what I'm saying, but people don't really understand it because they also know regular commands, but they're not as good with it. So, it's like some people have clicker commands and stuff. Um, I don't know. It's just, he's very well trained. It's just, I have him trained in such a way where Andrew has learned my dog speak. And, I'm trying to learn, like, they know Arabic now, which is really nice. But I'll probably speak to them in Japanese. I think I'll train them in Japanese commands, and my cats are trained in Arabic. And then I have a separate command language for my cats, too. So Siri, my black cat, he knows how to play fetch and stuff like that because I trained him when he was a kitten. Bixby knows how, they both know how to sit. They know how to go on walks and stuff like that too. I've taken them camping. They have really good recall where I don't have to use treats and stuff, but I try not to abuse it because it's like emergencies and they know that. Like, it's like screaming like help or whatever, you know? Like, you don't want to abuse it and make them think something isn't happening. So, yeah. Daria says, as a nation, unless they're gun dogs, I don't think we train anywhere near the level Americans seem to. I grew up with fighting dogs, so I had to train them. Otherwise, they really struggled. They needed a lot more structure to feel secure. So, we had Dobies, Pits, Rotties, so the Dobermans, Rottweilers, Pit Bulls. We had mixes too. So like mixes of them all together. And that did cause some problems in the house. Like my sister got bit and she got like a really big scar like on her nose. Uh, I spent the most time because I didn't go to daycare. I was home alone with the dogs all the time. Um, so I just learned how to train them. And I watched a lot of like stuff on Animal Planet. Like there was a show called Pit Bulls and Parolees that really helped me understand how to work with those dogs. Although a lot of that show was difficult to watch because of the trauma and stuff. But yeah. Mr. Worldwide. Oh wait, Daria says it might just be me and my family though, but the whole Dogtober thing with Hassan has shown me Americans are much more into it than I think we are. I don't know how he's trained his dog. I don't really pay attention. Like y'all were talking about the shot collars and stuff earlier. Um, I think like a couple days ago when that whole thing happened. Chaotic says, there we go. We started talking about Hassan and the shot collar. I feel like enough of it's dissipated, so it won't like gain any traction. Um, IMO, I don't know how he treats his dog, which is why I don't comment on it. Like I know I know circumstances where people have had to use shot collars on their dogs, and it's really sad because there are dogs who have behavioral, like they have like a lot of drive and they don't. There's some disorder. I don't remember what it's called, but I've seen it before in a couple of dogs where they just, it's like a switch flicks and they get really aggressive and you can't train it out of them. And those are dogs who belong in a different environment and not around like children and that sort of thing. Um, and I don't say that like shocking dogs is ever okay or anything like that, but um, personally, the only time I think that having something similar to like a shock collar is appropriate is when you have a border or like an invisible border around your house. So you have like these collars that you put on your dog and that it only gives them like a jostle if they try to go past the border. And that's very similar to having like an electric fence. And that's the only time I think it's appropriate. But, yeah. Daria says, but I'm more interested in the culture of dog training in the US because I think it's well different to ours. I train my pets differently than most Americans do. I just do. It's not, I'm very like dog to dog with it. So I have special commands for Oliver versus Sandy. Because they need to be communicated to differently. So with Oliver, I do a lot more repetition, but with Sandy, it's very like stern, like, like don't do it, you know? Let's see. Daria says, like in Chile, I was really stunned. People let their cats out and people had dogs in tiny flats. It was so different. Yeah, I don't know. I've had really small dogs, like Italian Greyhounds, Iggy's. That's what I grew up with. Like my dog, sadly, I didn't get to take her in because the minute I was out of the dorms and I was supposed to go get her, she passed away like a month before I was supposed to get her. I got like a new apartment and stuff, which was really sad. She was like my baby. I have her, I have her like, I don't know. I just keep her ashes with me and stuff. She was really sweet. But yeah, it really like different dogs require different things. Some dogs you can't really keep off leash or whatever just cuz they have like prey drive or they get locked in and stuff. So I don't know. Chaotic says, I personally don't know if Hassan really used a shot collar or not. It wasn't. But like the dude has been streaming for ages. What are the odds he's gonna use a shot collar on stream? You'd be surprised. I've seen lots of streamers treat their pets like super poorly and it's been very disappointing. But shot collars have like these little barbs that come out of them, and the collar that he showed was flat. That's how you know it's a vibrational collar and not an actual shock collar. But yeah. Diane says, sorry, didn't let the cats out. There was cats that just lived indoors in the house forever. Oh yeah, my cats are like that because they like to bring dead things inside, and people try to steal them too. Daria says, yes, of course, Pussy, you're not like other Americans. I'm not that special. It's just I live in Nebraska, so it's very isolating. Twitch gives you the gift of free Daria. Oh, nice. Daria says, who was the girl who threw her cats around the stream? I'm not sure, but I remember it was a really big thing. It was really disappointing. I don't know. I think I have really big dogs. So I can push them around a bit, but I never like use it as a form of like, hey, you blah blah blah, like, you know, like I would never hurt them as like a form of punishment or like do that. I honestly, because my dogs are very like they're very much like just want to be with the people all the time. They just want to hang out with everyone. I just kind of put them in timeout. Like I literally put them in a different room and I'm like timeout, which I feel bad saying. But he knows he's not in trouble. But I just put them in timeout for like 5 minutes and it works really well. Like they do not like it. They know exactly what they aren't supposed to do. And then I try to reward good behavior and ignore negative behavior. So if they're really rowdy or they just want my attention all the time, I try to just, and I don't want to give it to them or I want to train it out of them. It's like kids. You have to not pay attention to it. You have to be like, okay. Like with Ollie wanting pets while I stream, it's something I want sometimes. So I don't want him to never do it. I'm trying to help him learn like when I want it and when I don't want it. Let's see. Have you ever seen the clip of the Aussie boxing a kangaroo, or the Aussie boxing a kangaroo to save his dog? I'm not surprised. There's people who have gone after alligators, crocodiles, you know, bears, that sort of thing. For me, I haven't really like one of my dogs was attacked when I was walking her when I was really young. I think I was in 5th grade. And I had her well trained. She was like, you know, she was a German Shepherd. She grew up with fighting dogs, so she knew how to handle herself, like tuck and stuff, like because they played a lot rowdier. Um, and I think I was like 80 pounds or something at the time, but it was a pity, and I had to like get in between the dogs. But because I had to break up like dog fights before with like really big dogs, like I'm talking like 90 to like 120 plus pounds. I knew what to do and I was okay. I think I got like one bite and then the owner was like freaking out and I was like, nah, man, it's okay. It's okay. You know, like I see how it is because the dog was like locked in and the dog like went through the screen of the house. Like the owner really couldn't do anything to prevent it. But that was like the worst thing that ever happened. Yeah. Let's see. Wait, I've watched this so many times. It's the way he gets into the stance. Bruh. Acatic says, I recently found out that Australians eat kangaroos. I wouldn't be surprised. Wait, like he's actually fighting the kangaroo. Oh my god. I would not want to go head to head with a kangaroo. That shit is scary, yo. I'm gonna let it replay and then I'll show you. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Okay, now you can see. Oh, that's a big dog too. That's like 85 pounds. Probably 90. And there's audio too. Australia's fucking nuts, man. I know. That's a big dog. It looks like a puppy too. It looks like a really young dog.
Let it go, Tonks. Let's go.
So lean.
The other dog's coming.
It's like its baby. It's like, you know, when dogs like just really start growing. And yeah, it doesn't know what to do. Anyways. Yeah, Australians are kind of freaking wild, honestly. And I get why they're so wild. I mean, could you live in those conditions? I'd be a little afraid. He's even got a sword on his belt. Yeah, it's probably a machete. But yeah. I don't know. But I figured, I guess, eventually we would talk about it. I just didn't like I said, I don't like drawing attention to myself in that way. I don't want to be like, because I have a lot of experience with dogs, but I'm not like a registered dog trainer. I just like grew up in it. Like I just grew up with a shit ton of dogs. So different breeds, different types. I really like sight hounds, but it's ironic because Ollie is not a sight hound at all, but he is a hound. So I guess that's quite fun. Yeah. Some people really don't like hounds. I think it's because they're yappy. And I did not know what type of dog he was when I got him. And I didn't know he was going to get that big. Because he was with like a lot of golden retriever puppies. And he looked a lot like a golden retriever puppy. Like he was so cute. I loved him. And they were like, yeah, we added him to the litter or whatever. And he really got super attached to Sandy. I didn't know that he was younger than the rest of the litter, and so he was about the same size. And I was like, oh, okay, he's small. And it was like July-ish time, maybe before then, because so he's my little Leo. He was like born in late July, and I got him in like late October, September, like just after he stopped feeding. He was really big, but I didn't know he was big. I thought he was around 8 weeks, and I was lied to. And no one wanted to adopt him, and he wanted all the dogs out, so I took him in. And then he's a lot bigger than the Goldens. Let's see. Darius says, I remember once my parents' dog somehow managed to almost kill a pigeon. They're running around with it on their heads like a hat from Super Mario with wings flying. Bro! It was proper gross, but they were having the best time ever. I think the Roo was probably expecting a kick gem. They were ready for a straight jab to the fucking amateur. Oh, yeah. Chaotic says, I loved how the kangaroo just stared at the guy like, I can't believe you just really did this. Yeah. Valid, though. I would just stare, too. I'd be like, yo, did you finish it, Ollie? Okay. Don't be sassy. Up. I have to get him a new collar. You need to slip and change levels. That Roo wouldn't last 2 minutes over here on a Saturday night. Bruh. Yeah, I don't know. Dogs, generally, you just have to learn about them, and it takes a while to build up their trust. Like, to really get them to, like, trust you to the point where they override their instincts. Oliver has... Do you want to get a collar? I know, it's fixing it. Yeah, come here. I know. But some dogs have like a really, really big prey drive, and Ollie is one of them, where he just gets locked in, and it's really hard because he's a hound. Lots of hounds are like that. So like sight hounds are really bad with it, because they're trained to chase things. So when Ollie, he's not a sight hound, but when I had greyhounds, which they were bred to like chase after rabbits around the track, and Iggy's Italian greyhounds, which were bred to do pretty much like the exact same thing. The hardest part about them is you would have to really, really train them. Like it's so hard to break their like locked in state. And that's why like having special commands for them is really, really important. And they'll get locked in on something and they'll like not be able to focus on you at all. So Ollie, he's getting a lot better with it, but he was like that for a while. And he struggles because if he can't see it, he gets really anxious. A lot of sight hounds have similar problems. And I don't know if that's like a nature or nurture thing. I don't know. But we lucked out. He was really, really struggling with a lot of different environments when I first got him. Like, he could not handle having noises he couldn't see. He would get really, like, defensive, and then he would get really afraid. And he would, like, start pacing and whining. And now he's really brave with it. He just kind of sits by me. And he's like, okay. Dory says, you need to slip and change. Or, our dogs were just like the little white teddy bears that did what they wanted and slept all day. Absolute treasures. Yeah, I never had a dog like that. Like a Yorkie or like a Pom. Or I had Chihuahuas when I was really, really young. Like really, really young. My stepmom had about 6 Chihuahuas. One was Toro and the other one was Chica. And they had 7 pups, which was really sweet. And that was like my first experience fostering. We had to get big dogs after that though, just because we lived in a different environment where having little dogs, like when we moved, it was dangerous for them. So, and they got older and everything. They were bicones. I never know how to pronounce that. Bicones. Lovely little things. Yeah. I really like Chihuahuas though. I think they're very cute. The little Chihuahuas. What other dogs have I had? That's pretty much it. My favorite so far has to be like sighthounds. I really love Italian Greyhounds. Like I was expecting Ollie to be smaller, and be a golden. And I didn't really ask for him. It was like my neighbor was like, "You do really good." So Sandy is a really good dog. She's getting older. And I would take her to go socialize with the neighbor's puppies because he was fostering them. Because when you get new dogs, you really want to desensitize them to a lot of stuff. And then Ollie came from a really abusive environment before he went in, and he struggled. I know. Come here. I'm gonna put you in here. I know. He's still outside. It's tripping you out, isn't it? Yes. You stay in here. Don't be sassy with me. Up. Mm-mm. Target. Don't play. This is not a time to play. No play. He was really upset because Andrew's still outside talking to oh, Bichons. Yeah. Nah. Mm-mm. Ah. We'll close the door if you're going to be a little pill about it. I know. You were doing so good. You did exactly what you were supposed to, and I'm being a sassy boy. Close the door. I know. I know. Andrew's playing with the flying squirrels again. I'm not even joking. Our neighbor has flying squirrels. They're really cute too. They like hug you. They'll like jump and then they'll be like, oh, it's adorable. But they also fuck a lot. So you gotta like separate them, you know? But anyways. I know. No, I'm not giving you attention right now. Yeah, you're not allowed. You lost the privileges, bro. He's so bitter. Yeah, but anyways, I don't know. I really enjoy Iggy's. They're my favorite. I really like the small dogs who like the Kylie Jenner dogs, if you don't know. They're my absolute favorite. But they do have a lot of like health issues too, which is why I didn't really get one. I didn't really want to get Ollie initially. It was just kind of something that stumbled upon me. And he really bonded with Sandy, and no one wanted him because he didn't like a lot of other people. And he was like, "You're just so good with him," which I was. And that's why I got him. And we learned that he didn't do well with a lot of things. And he has like an anxiety issue. But helping him build his confidence has really helped with that. So it's been good. It's been a good process. And now when we take him to the vet, he doesn't really freak out. He does try to sit on me though, to hide. But yeah. I don't know, I really like it. I could go on forever about him. He's just a little sweetheart. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I got him. I don't know, maybe I got him earlier than that. No, he's my little Leo. So yeah, I got him when he was really young. Like I think we think his birthday was, he might be a Cancer, honestly. Late July is when we think he was born, early August. And he was so tiny when we got him. A little baby. Yeah. And he got really fucking big. Which is okay. I love big dogs. It's like I'm cursed with big dogs. Andrew was like, this dog is gonna be really fucking big and you're gonna regret it. And I was like, nah, man, like he's supposed to be small. Like they promised us he was gonna be a small guy, that he was a golden. And if it's like with his size and the age that he was supposed to be, we were like, no, this makes sense. But then it started becoming really disproportionate, and then he just kept putting on weight and like thickening up and like yeah, and he doesn't really have the chest either. Dari says, I just fell asleep. It's bedtime, Josie. Everyone brush your teeth right now and do their stretches. Bruh. Bruh, be sure you warm up before you stretch too so you don't hurt yourself. Anyways, that's my commentary. I feel like unless like we actually see someone abuse their dog, I don't really trust it. Just say. As someone who's worked with quite a bit of dogs. I'm not an expert by any means, but yeah. You can tell when people like generally abuse their dogs. Anyways, what else do you boys want to talk about? And ladies and people. What do you want to chit chat about today? What's the vibe? Are y'all having a good time? Is everything chill? I also have to repot this, which I don't know if I'm gonna do that on stream. That seems like it'll be a lot of work, honestly, and it's like getting really big. I'm also in my pajamas, chat. These are not mine, technically, but they're really warm. I took them. Well, technically, I didn't take them. They were left at my place, so. They belong to me. Anyways, I have a couple plants that I really want to like. I have. This is called a walking iris. So while we talk about Trump and all of his buffoonery, I was wondering if you guys had any opinions on that. The peace in the Middle East. So odd looking. It'll get quite big though. They do grow really fast. So I'm debating if I just want it to root out more and then I'll put it in like a bigger pot, or if I should just leave it in the tiny one for now and then upsize it. I think I should wait on it. I mean, did you guys watch the Egypt kind of like peace summit? You guys have any comments on any of it? I watched a lot of other people's opinions. Honestly, Andrew was like, Josie, you're so bitter about all this stuff. Like, why are you so like untrustworthy of it? Because he was like, isn't it a good thing? And I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing for now. But is it gonna actually be long standing? Like Netanyahu didn't even attend. Like America was there, and I think Japan was there too. I saw the Japan flag, but I didn't hear them speak. So I don't know. We shall see how it goes. It feels really odd though. It feels like something that'll just last like 10 years until Israel does some bullshit stuff. Cause I think they're still fucking like the ceasefire happened with Gaza and like, you know, Palestine and stuff. But they're still fucking bombing Yemen, which is absolutely ridiculous. Or I think it was, I guess maybe it's Lebanon. Sorry, not Yemen. I apologize. I'm tired. I'm tired. And that was like 2 days ago. And there was like a truce that happened or whatever. And yeah, it's insane. Chaotic says 10 years until Israel completes the genocide. I hope not. Honestly, they kind of had to pull out. Like, I'm not even joking with you. If they didn't pull out, they would have been fucked. Because it's just like, it's one of those things where, how do I say it? It's one of those things where a lot of people have been just like, oh, yay, like, they finally are conceding, they're finally letting it all happen. But with the flotilla that happened, it was a very good example of how Israel's like naval fleet didn't have enough power to really prevent more people from coming in and sending aid. And when people can override your military that's like engulfing an area and still make it like breach the border and like make it past like the line they're supposed to their second time, and then more people are feeling concerned, more people are getting worried and upset about it, you're kind of fucked. Like the minute that nations start grouping together and overriding your say on how to allow like what can go in and what can't go in, like Canada grouping with a couple of different countries a month or two ago and then dropping in aid and stuff like that without talking to Israel and without talking to America or any Israeli allies. That's like a if you keep doing this shit, everyone's gonna hate you and you're fucked forever. So that's why Israel is doing what it's doing. It's not because they care about the fucking hostages. They use hostages as like a scapegoat for everything. But it's more so about them and their optics. Because right now, the entire world is like, you fucked up hard. Like hardcore. Like you did some fucked up shit and no one trusts you anymore with what's going on. Which is why the world is the world. A lot of other nations are trying to get involved with the peace agreement and make sure it actually happens. And recognizing Palestine as a separate state from Israel as well. George says, it was great that the hostages were reunited with their families. Yeah, you get that, yeah. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm saying that the trust doesn't exist. There is no trust between Palestinians and Israel, and there should be no trust between them. There also should be no trust between the world and Israel right now because Israel just keeps fucking doing the shit that they want to do. I know a lot of people have talked about Israel having some tests that they're doing with their software, their AI software, like monitoring software for like targeting people and stuff like that. And those tests were to be set to expire or be concluded in this like within like the month or two that we have now. So it's like the data harvesting that they were doing through the war tactics and that sort of thing, they got everything that they wanted out of it. It's starting to just be more of a liability than anything, which is why they pulled out. It's never been about the hostages. That was just the leverage piece that they used when they talked to people. And people are like, oh, Josie, that's so bitter, that's so bitter. But I'm fucking right. I know I'm fucking right. And sitting there and just being blinded by the happy stuff that's happening, yes, it is happy, but it doesn't take away the fact that this shit is just going to keep happening. And I have not seen anybody really talk about that. And honestly, I don't watch a lot of other commentators. So maybe some people have, but from my perspective, I don't trust that shit. I don't trust any of it. I think they got what they wanted out of it. Like, yeah. I think it's called like Lavender or whatever. Lavender is an AI-powered database that since the beginning of the 2023 war has been used to identify tens of thousands of Palestinians as potential bombing targets based on their suspected connection to Hamas or Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Reports indicate that many cases humans provided little more than a rubber stamp approval for the algorithm's decisions. Yeah. Let's see. Hapswara, sorry, wrong name, I apologize, is another AI system that was like very, very popular and that sort of thing. But yeah, there's lots of different digital tools that were being used, and they have a certain amount of time that you can really test and that sort of thing, and that they're being funded. So that's something that's really important for people to pay attention to that I haven't seen like anyone talk about. And it's low key super fucked up. Not even low key, high key fucked up. But there's also other stuff. I think I've like talked about it before a couple months ago. But yeah, it's just not, they got what they wanted out of it. They used the war to test their software. Because we've talked about this before, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about it today unless you guys want me to dive deeper into it. But Israel's biggest asset that they have with the rest of the world, and why America has wanted to work with them so bad, is their profiling software and their monitoring software. And they also have software that allows people to get into your phones and that sort of thing a lot easier. That's why after 9/11, I think it was the FBI or that collaborated with Israel directly, had a lot of people come and train them on how to do profiling, how to use different Israeli software that monitors people. Because Gaza and the West Bank are some of the most monitored places in the entire world. And I'm not going to dive much deeper into it because there's plenty of content and resources, and we've talked about this so many times before, but it is fucked what they've done. And it is, they've gotten away with all of their testing, and no one talks about it. Anyways, totally off topic, but I found a gem that you gotta react to. What is this? Why would I react to that? No. No, thank you. But yeah, it's one of the things where I don't think people really pay attention to how serious a lot of this situation has been and what they have done to the people and how fucked up it's been. It's like they are not even allowed to exist. Anyways, so when people are like, oh yeah, and I'm just like, great. Like, yes, people get to move back to their homes, but it's also conditional. And yes, there's more awareness. Like, not everything is going to be like a black and white good or bad thing. It's going to be gray. And this is a very gray situation. Yes, I am happy that people are allowed to return to their homes. Do they get better conditions? Yes, because they get more aid, but are they going to be allowed to fish in their own fucking waters again? Are they going to be allowed to have sovereignty over their own state? Are they going to be allowed to be able to like function and build their own economic structure in society without Israel not allowing, or basically saying what materials can go and can't go into their areas? Like, are they going to be allowed to be independent ever? Ever. Because the whole reason why Gaza and the West Bank haven't been able to become like big, get super popular tourism, or whatever, is because they're literally not allowed to get stuff within their borders that Israel does not allow them to have. Everything is monitored. So unless that ceases to exist, I don't think that I'm going to be like super happy. A step in the right direction is good, yeah. But that shit's not freedom. Just saying. And it's like you should keep your eyes on Gaza, keep your eyes on the West Bank, and see how things develop, because the minute that the world stage is no longer paying attention, Israel's just going to keep doing the stupid shit that they've been doing. Literally, like, they're still fucking striking Lebanon after they had a ceasefire, and they just keep going and going and going. Israel is the antagonist, and they have been super fucking antagonistic for a really fucking long time. Because the minute that, it just makes me so mad every time we talk about this. I'm like mentioned for a really long time. I don't need to go super deep into it, but we've talked about it before. This is very strategic of Israel, and their hands have been tied for a while. This isn't like a, oh, yay, you know, maybe we see like the wrongs that we've done or whatever. That's not at all what's happening. It's fucked. Capital Fucked. Fucked. But that's all I got to say about it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get pissed. Yeah, let me get my plant. Okay. You guys can see kind of what I'm doing. We can keep talking about it a bit if you guys want to. But yeah, just because one good thing happened doesn't override any of the harm that they've caused. And I hope that people do not forget it. They should not forget. Man, how the fuck am I supposed to get this out? This is gonna be interesting. Ugh. I have like this little hook thing that I can use. I can't even get it in. Oh no. Whoa, what am I supposed to do? Oh no. Okay, wait. I have a knife. Your plants are really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I work with a lot of plants, so it's not super hard. Ugh. The more you work with them, the easier it is to have like nice plants. How am I supposed to get this up? This has been like why I just need to like, oh shit, I guess it was that easy. Yeah, but it's a big plant. And as you can see, the roots are coming out a little bit. Oh, I have like a hole in my armpit and it has stains. I know, isn't it gross? Anyways, I'm also wearing it because it's like my fuck it up shirt. But technically, this plant isn't super good for pets, so I have to be careful with it. But I am going to repot it into this container here instead of having it be a little catch bow because I just don't like it like that. I think it looks kind of ugly. I don't know. It's not really fun. Anyways, I feel like once you talk to people who are actually from Palestine or, you know, just from that region, you learn a lot more about how horrible it is and the actual things that are happening there. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's different for everybody. Cadix says, I'll be leaving stream now, but thanks for the chat and everything. Bye. I know it's kind of depressing or whatever, but I hope you have fun. Okay, I'm gonna take my little knife. And which one should I use? I'm gonna use my Swiss one. I think it's cute. It's good, right, Ollie? Yes. I know. He's like, Mother, you are upset. Damn right, I'm upset. This shit's fucking stupid. Whatever. Oh, it makes me mad, but that's okay. I think it's better to be upset about it than to not care at all, you know? And some people have the luxury and the privilege to not pay that much attention to it. And I don't know. I think the more involved you get with helping people, the more you see the humanity behind the people who are really struggling with stuff. And that's really fucking shitty. Whoop. Okay, let's see. One hole. I'm just gonna put like a lot of holes in. I'm gonna try not to hurt myself. See, there's one hole. I'm probably gonna put in like a couple, I think. Oh, tonight I'm really excited because I'm gonna make some beef bowls, and that's like one of my favorite meals. Anyways, I could keep talking about this a lot. Man, there's a lot of stuff that goes into all this, by the way. Obviously, I'm just a girl from Nebraska, so my perspective is pretty limited until you get more involved with certain things, but just because you live in a certain space doesn't mean that you can't be educated. Stuff that's happening. I think a lot of that is a choice. Anyways, let's see. Oop. The holes don't have to be perfect, they just have to drain. So as long as I can get them to drain, I think we're good. What else is there? Yeah, watching it was like kind of a meme, but there's plenty of other content creators reacting to it right now. I was kind of like checking it out a little bit earlier today as I was like doing my little animation. I only got to do some of it. Didn't get to do the full thing like I normally would, which was kind of sad. I was very disappointed in that, but that's great. Let's see. Like spray a little bit. Okay, almost done. Yeah. The holes don't have to be perfect. They just have to have holes, you know? Perfection is not obtainable now. We get all this junk out of it. Okay. But yeah, it's been very interesting to see how things go. I've been kind of sad about it, honestly, because I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, because there's something moving forward, that means we don't have to pay attention to it anymore, and that's not at all the case. I think, especially now that that stuff's happening, I think the world needs to pay more attention to what's happening in the Congo in Sudan, but not a lot of people talk about that. And I've talked about Sudan quite a bit. So a lot of my students are from there. And there's a very large Sudanese population in eastern Nebraska. Not even joking with you, it has like the highest Sudanese population out of the United States. So learned quite a bit about it, but it's quite sad. I don't know, we'll see how the piece actually operates. I know that a lot of media that we consume, like, and I think other creators have talked about this too, but Al Jazeera is Qatari, so they do show a lot of biases in their work, especially when it comes to Qatar or Qatar related things. I've talked about that before. So you do have to be mindful when you do consume content about stuff, being sure that you're actually like learning more about what's really happening and that sort of thing, and getting it from multiple sources. But that's hard if you don't learn Arabic. So I don't know about that one for everybody. Plus, it's like also really awkward because the more I learn, the more I'm like, dang, there's lots of like sayings and stuff in Arabic that people use a lot. I don't know, because sometimes I'll listen to stuff and I'll be like, this interpretation sounds weird. But then I also don't understand the underlying factors of it. So once I become like fluent in it, then maybe I'll do like translation streams or whatever. But I don't want to like replace other people who do that. I just want to like I want to be able to understand it like from the source, you know. So I'm getting better chats. I'm not quite at the point where I would say that I'm really good at it or super confident in it. And that'll take quite some time, like most stuff. Okay. I know, Ollie. Oh my god. Let me show you this plant chat. This is why it has to be repotted. At least a little bit. Because this is a little bit bigger than the pot that I was in. So adding some stuff into it is going to be nice. Oh. That's a big pot too. It's a gallon size. Let me get my gloves on. Then I can keep working on this. I don't know. I try not to be bitter about this stuff. But I think that reality matters a lot. And a lot of people are like, just be happy, just be happy. You gotta be careful. You can't get too complacent. Because there's a difference between gratitude and complacency, you know? Are you going to keep striving for improvement? Or are you going to be like, well, this is good enough? It's not bad enough that people are like dying on the street anymore. Or that sort of thing. But that is still happening. There is still violence and stuff like that in Gaza. There is a journalist who was just killed too after the ceasefire, which was really sad. I don't know. I just think people need to be careful. Don't celebrate too early. You know? That's how I see things. But maybe that's because I've been through a lot of like crazy shit, so I know not to be too excited when good news happens. Because why are the oppressors suddenly like going back, you know? Why are they rolling back everything that they said that they would never roll back? I just think it's interesting. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. And the next, like, financial stuff that's going on. Because we did talk about Trump getting the plane from Qatar, too. And I'm very curious. Because beforehand, places like Al Jazeera were very, very critical of Trump and a lot of the happenings that were going on there. And now they're a lot more positive about it, and I'm like, pay attention, guys. Who changes their tune and why? It's quite important. But hey, that's just me. I guess you really only get there if you've been paying attention for a while. A lot of people are just now starting to pay attention to Gaza, which, I mean, I'm very happy they are. That's very good. It's very good that people are finally starting to turn their attention towards Gaza and the pain that's been going on there. And now I can be completely honest about it because my family is not like, oh, you know, we're gonna make it so blah 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 happens so you can't talk about it. So now I can be honest about my opinions, or at least for the past like year or so, which is nice since I started streaming. And it's quite liberating to be able to talk about it again, or at least be able to speak freely. Okay, more dirt. Ugh. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about? Because I've exhausted most of the discussion about. Oh, he's so cute. Eh. I know a lot of you guys get a little sensy when I talk about this stuff. I think that's okay too. I think we're just at different mindsets with this stuff. I don't know. Just gotta see who benefits. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's almost done. Oh, I'm so excited. And I get to water again soon. The algae bloom is still going pretty strong in the tank, and that's because there's a lot of biomatter that's breaking down. Is a little annoying, but that's okay. It'll settle in like a couple weeks, and it'll start to die back. I just gotta do a cleaning, which I think I might do later this week. Let's see. Andrew, get the part to fix the VW yet? No, it hasn't returned. Or he had to return one part. And then the shipment is still like not in my the PO box yet. So we're waiting, right baby? Yeah, I know. Look how happy he is. He's so cute. I know. I know, you just want to. You too, don't you? Is that it? I know, I'm sorry, Bubby. Once he comes inside, then you can go out and play. Drop down. Okay, chat, almost done. Almost done. But I'm really excited about this actually. Okay. I know, that's good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so we're kind of waiting on it. It's just a hose line connector, so it's not super bad. Once we get that in, we got to buy more coolant. And then I think he said that he's going to do some work on some wiring, replace some wires because hi baby, what's that? Yeah, because one of the fans was rubbing against it, and he's hopefully not gonna have to redo any of the wiring for the most part. He just has to like tape it off. It didn't get bad to the point where everything has to be replaced. I think there'd be a lot more codes than what he's dealing with right now, which is meh. Like I get it. Sure, I'm almost done, Sassy boy. Yeah. Just wait. Just wait, my love. Trying to get the rest of the dirt. Sorry, y'all. And then I'm gonna give myself a little celebratory fun dip. try not to eat as much Fun Dip. Andrew was like, Josie, you can't be just like eating Fun Dip all the time. To which I say, fair. Fair. But I am a little addicted to Fun Dip. It's really good. Like, it's really good. I don't know why. Okay, wait, hold up. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. I got her all fixed up. Look. She's so clean and happy. Now I'm going to water her in a bit. I think it'll be a little bit better. I won't have to do any trimming to it till maybe spring. So that'll be good. And then, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my broom. Everyone's so quiet today. And then I'll be right back. Right, doggy bubs? Yes. Okay, let's see if you're allowed to do whatever now. Let's go. Up, up. Everybody's outside today. I know, Bubby. Isn't that frustrating? Come here. Yeah, you can come here, Bubby. He's coming in. Go say hi. Go. I know, he's here. Oh, he's been waiting. Alright, I'll be right back. He's been waiting for you. I'm still streaming, yeah. We found a good plan. Do you want to see the cane? Yeah. So it looks almost exactly the same. But the cane.
The what?
The cane. The dumb cane.
Ah, I wouldn't have known that you rebought it. You were
I
correct.
know. I was like, you're not even gonna be able to see any difference, man. But
I
look,
can't.
it's happy. Yeah, we were talking about Israel, and I kind of went on my
Did
like.
Andrew get the part? No, I got
Still
the
waiting
shipping
on it.
label for it, but I found a whole bunch of other issues that I gotta fix now.
Do you want to tell him?
No, but I did. So I went to the hardware store, and as I sat there staring at the swivel socket, I realized that I could in fact remove the bolt with an Allen key. I don't know why I forgot those existed. But I was like, well, I'm here for no reason now, so I went and got dog food. I also bonded with the neighbor. He has a shop press, so I can get my subframe bushings out.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Car guy. Andrew's left out. Schmicky says new character I've never seen before. Oh, Andrew? Yeah, he's a slut.
Our neighbor had a hole in his. He got bit by a squirrel. Mary's dogs cornered a squirrel and were trying to kill it, and so he like picked it up to try to rescue it, and the squirrel bit him, and they're getting it tested for rabies now.
Wait, he has to get rabies? Wait, what about his squirrels? Are they good?
They're chilling, yeah.
Okay. But is he allowed to handle them before he gets tested or no?
He's an interesting guy.
I still haven't been able to hold the flying squirrels yet. I'm mad.
You can ask him. I'm sure he would let you.
No, Andrew's been able to hold
the
them.
first time I met him, he was like, "You want to see flying squirrels?"
So... Ah! Wait, not the lick a stick guy. Want one fun dip so bad. I literally just grabbed it too. Andrew's been telling me I can't have as much of it as I've been having. He's like, you can't have
Am I making food or you?
um um what do you want?
I mean, I can also make food, but I gotta get started now if we do.
Hmm. Are you hungry now, or would you be willing to wait like another hour? That's about
I'll just make food. I'm gonna make. We really need to make the every plate.
Oh no, the beef bowls.
To make pasta.
Just make the pasta. I'll make the beef bowls for lunch, remember? I'll be
Yeah, but we
here.
have 2 to go through.
I'll be okay.
What's the other one?
They're both rice bowls. Yeah. One is like a chicken rice bowl. We have every plate sometimes.
Alright, well, do you want to make the beef on me, though?
Tonight? It's
I
Sendel
can-
fun dip for Dinny. I know,
I
I
can
do eat fun dip all the time. I forget to eat though.
Oh, yeah, it's just right. You have freaking straight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can cook lunch tomorrow. That's the thing.
Sandwich bread. Oh, I should have gotten sandwich bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Andrew is very, very like, I can't decide. Very indecisive.
Chat.
Have chat decide for you.
What should I make?
They cannot read either. You should just tell them what it is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make this one then.
What is that? Which one did you choose?
The yellow chicken.
Yellow chicken.
Well, I know the beef on me is your favorite, so I'll let you do that one.
Yeah, I'll make that tomorrow.
Okay.
That
That's you.
fun dip casserole? Yo, I would eat that. I love fun dip. How are you doing, Schmicky? Schmicky Schmoo. Your name rhymes with Bonnaroo. How are you doing? How you doing? You having a good time? Fun dip soup with a lick a spoon.
Gross.
I know, that's what I was saying. I was like, that's a little too sweet for me, Schmicky, but alright. You know, like the trauma dumps people would have? Like on TikTok, blah, blah. Where everyone would get together and they'd bring a candy. And then they would state like a trauma. They would trauma dump as they dumped the candy into the bowl. And then they all share the candy at the end. I think they're so funny. It's like really funny, honestly. Candy salad? Yeah, that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. It makes me, it's kind of bad, honestly. But they're kind of fun. It makes me feel less bad about my life. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I could eat it for every meal. Could not. Mm-mm. Could not be me. But that's a vibe, Schmicky Schmoo. It is such a vibe. Mm. Yum, 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 yum. I'm so satisfied. This is so good. What have you been up to, Schmicky Schmoo? I kind of talked about the stuff I wanted to talk about. I just went on a little tangent, which was pretty fun. What is your opinion that you would like to share with the class today, Rob? Grubby Brew? Ollie, are you nervous now? Yeah. Hi, baby. Is Mikey out? Good. I think the U.S. funding a genocide and then claiming they made peace deals hilarious. True. You missed a good combo I had about that, I guess. But it's hilarious. It's bullshit, but are people gonna actually recognize that? I don't know, man. We shall see. They're still being violent as hell. They're like, peace does not exist. They're like the people who will, like, never be accountable for any of the horrible shit. Like, have you met someone like that? Where you could tell them that, like, they're doing something that hurts your feelings, and they'll be like, no, it doesn't hurt my feelings, so why would there be a problem? Like, they just don't care unless you yell at them, and then if you yell at them, they play victim anyways. I fucking hate people like that. It's been happening for, like, half a century at this point. It's horrible. Longer. Almost. Yeah, it is longer than half a century. Holy shit. Let's see. Shmiki says they proved to the world that they could do it with little to no repercussion. I know. That's a scary thing. A lot of people are like, oh, Netanyahu's going to get in trouble for his war crimes or whatever. No. No, he won't. People are idealistic. They think that that's going to happen, but it won't. And that's the sad thing. A lot of really fucked up people, they, like, something will happen, but it's not going to be, like, world trial level, you know? There would have to be a lot of people at war with Israel for that sort of thing to happen. And because that has not existed, and this, like, weird, like, fucking peace accord thing, all the countries that would have gotten involved and been like, hey, like, fuck Israel or whatever, they're not. And then we just have to wait and see what happens with the proxy war in Sudan. Because that's going to dictate a lot of what happens next. And people don't understand that. They don't even understand what's happening in Sudan is proxy war. They don't have any idea. Because once that's all over, and there's, like, resolution for that, and people aren't getting, like, there's less, like, interest in that, people are going to turn their head back to Israel and the fucked up shit Israel's done. So, we shall see. We shall see how that goes. I don't think it'll be great. Man, I want more snacks. I'm hungry.
I'm making food.
I know you're making food. But I'm hungry now. I'm hungry now. Right now. Right, Siri? Siri's right there. He's like, yeah, Mom. It's just fucked. It's, like, super fucked. And we'll have to see how it goes. Like... Yeah. Here's the Nordic Africa Institute. They're a pretty decent source. I wouldn't say they're the best source for everything, but they're pretty okay. If you want to learn some more about that, this is an okay source. It's old. But basically, it's between Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Qatar has some influence as well. Same with Egypt. And most of the Gulf is involved in it. Except for, like, I would say Eritrea. They're too poor to really get invested in anything. But they're not really taking a lot of refugees, or not a ton, or anything like that. So, yeah, but it's a really big war. And then that's what's kind of keeping the Gulf states from fully uniting. So if that ceases to exist, and, well, basically it's a power play over, like, gold and stuff like that, and gold is a really big resource. And gold is pretty cheap in the Gulf states, and that's because a lot of it is a lot of it's very harmfully sourced from Sudan. Like it's really fucked up. Um it's just yeah, you gotta be mindful of where you get things. People don't talk about like Sudanese gold or anything like that. They just kind of, you know, there's lots of assets in Sudan that people want, but a lot of it has to do with gold resources. Bye, George. Good night. Rest well. And once we see how that turns out, it'll get like a lot. Then Israel's gonna probably up its ante somewhere. But that's just my opinion. Because they really are only calm when the rest of the Arab nations or West Asian nations are really like in conflict with one another. And if that conflict ceases to exist, they create conflict. So we'll have to see how everything goes. I don't think a lot of people really recognize that, but it is a long-standing trend. But yeah, it concerns me though. It does. We'll just have to see how it goes. I've been watching it for quite a while too. And I'm waiting to see how that happens. It'll probably be a couple years before that's like kind of settled down. Because there is a genocide that's happening in Sudan too. And people don't talk about that. Because a lot of the West does benefit from it in ways that it's because it's more of like a West Asian proxy war. Our benefits are more, not even more, they are quite a lot more subtle. You know, they're just super subtle. So we'll just have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. It's kind of crazy. And you guys are probably like, Josie, how do you know all that? I work with immigrants. And I have to be educated on it. So, I don't know. It's kind of scary, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What else is there? Schmicky says, "Oh, night night, George." I know. I feel bad for George. What else do you want to talk about, Mr. Schmicky? Schmicky. I know a lot of you guys don't like talking about this as much. You guys are like, ooh. But this is what I or at least sometimes what I pay attention to. I just I get worried about it. Like I said, global politics is more of my wheelhouse. I'm very, very interested in what's happening. Actually, I'm very interested in how. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. I'm really interested in how Al Jazeera is gonna talk about the situation in Sudan because their country has so many assets and resources there. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Because I don't know if anybody has noticed, but private media, or at least like non-corporatized media, is the media that tends to be either very, very inaccurate or the most accurate. And you have to consume multiple sources of private media because a lot of corporate media entities rely on their state's approval or their country's approval in order for them to function long term. I have my putty that I'm going to play with as we chat. Makes me sad though. I don't know. We can talk about this a lot. Every time we talk about it, y'all just kind of like leave sometimes. And I feel like maybe it's because it's not like a super hot topic issue. I don't know. I try not to talk about all the things that everyone else talks about because I think that's kind of boring. Whap, 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 whap. Anyways, I I got like 20 more minutes. If it's gonna be dead for a little bit, I'm gonna wait for the ad to go and then I'm gonna go pee. I always forget to go pee before I stream, and I drink like a lot of water while I'm on stream. So it's like, the floodgates, they exist. My poor little fish tank. It's okay, it's making it through the algae bloom phase, guys. Just gotta ride it out a little bit. I've been so worried about it. I'm just like, oh man, that looks kind of jank. That looks pretty ugly. Ooh, like that ain't cute at all. It's okay, it'll get better though. Like one of those things where you just have to give it some time to settle. Honestly, putting the clover in, it kind of fucked it. So the clover looked really cool, but then the clover just started dying. And I think it's because when I looked it up, it was like, because I got it from Amazon, you know? And when I looked it up, it was like, oh no, this type of clover shouldn't be fully submerged. And that's why it's dead and gross. So now I have to go through it with like a net, basically, and get my hands all gross. Which is fine. I have to wear gloves because I don't want to get like. It's just not fun. Oh, and I also wear perfume and stuff, so I definitely like next time I do a water change, I have to go through and like filter everything out, which is it'll be okay. It'll just be kind of annoying. It's all right, bruv. Oh, I got like a minute till I get to go pee. I was like, man, I'll be able to hold it. Also, me being hungry just means I'm a little bit more deadpan. I just kind of say it how it is. I don't really like soften it because when I'm hungry, I'm like I get like not bitchy, but I'm just very like this is how it is. Like sorry, not sorry. It's not the best vibe to have, honestly. But I've thought about it. It's pretty intense. But I don't really care. I'm just like meh. Such is life. Very curious to see what happens next, chat. Life is gonna get interesting soon. For the world. As well as personally. It's October, y'all. Life always shifts in October. Shifts every month. But it's just usually very slow. But as the seasons shift, that's when people kind of like make bigger moves. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've noticed it. It's kind of a pattern in human behavior where like as the seasons shift, people are more likely to make bigger decisions. I don't know. But it's different for everybody as to what those decisions would be. For me, I don't really have a ton of decisions to make. Kind of already made most of them. I know. Wait. What? Ah, wait. Let's see which side it sticks to next. What? Oh, it's still this side. Maybe I'll get it to stick to the other side. Let me just like roll it up and then we'll try again. That's what I do for fun. Oh, wait, I think I can go pee now. Let's see. Ah, okay, I went to the other side. Nice. Okay, pee time. It's pee break time. Yeah, I feel after I go take a piss. I got beef jerky, chat. It's good! And I only have a little bit left. So I was like, oh my god, I might as well finish it. Because Andrew got distracted. And he didn't start cooking yet, so I was like, you know what, I'm getting beef jerky. Okay, everybody wants to jerky. Nobody is getting my beef jerky. This is my beef jerky. Mine. Sherry, no. No. Everybody's trying it. Bro. You have no idea. I'm surrounded by animals. No. Stop begging. Yes. Huss, huss. Huss. Go away. They're freaking crazy, y'all. They're super cute, though. What should we watch today? What should we even do? I haven't really, like, figured out, like, any other stuff to talk about. Everyone's been talking about that, though. I was like, maybe I could react to it, but I don't know. It just seems like... yeah, we just gotta wait and see how things go. Oh my god, I'm surrounded by animals. They're so cute though. No, get down. Thank you. Oh. This is one of those streams. I feel like we're in a transition phase in stream right now. With you guys. We'll see how that goes. I'm kind of excited about it. Because I like to see what happens next. We've gone through many different eras. And change is constant, so. I don't know. We could talk about... I mean, pretty much a lot of the research I've been doing is in, like, tech stuff in the Middle East, which a lot of people don't talk about. Honestly, kind of wild, because I have a tech background. And I was thinking about moving there for a long time. And they pay pretty well, tech-wise, especially in, like, you know, UAE, Saudi Arabia, the Gulf states, basically. And they're most friendly with the West and stuff. They're really trying to get past and no longer rely on oil, so they're trying to get more involved in tech stuff again, which is interesting. Because they would have to bury all of their, no, get down, get down, no, 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 get down, Bixby, get down, no. Sorry, girlie. Thank you. But they would have to bury a lot of their, like, software centers and stuff like that if they wanted it to be environmentally friendly. Like, oh. Like, let's see. Here's, like, a center that's located in Kansas. That's, like, completely underground. And a lot of people don't really talk about it too much, but it kind of is the future, not gonna lie. So, like, the Lenexa data center. Wait, let me go to another. It's kind of weird. See if I can find more pictures. Nexa. There's a lot of like data centers that are just very inconspicuous, but they bury them. Let's see, like underneath stuff. So here's another one right here. So they're just basically like opens, but this goes into like a whole different discussion of like Kansas City tunnels. So there's like a huge tunnel system in Kansas City. It's called Subtropolis. It's actually kind of crazy. So that's also why it's in like next to Kansas, because Kansas has a huge market for like burying things underground. So it's 160 feet beneath the surface. Dug into Bethany Falls limestone mine. There's a grid of 16-foot high, 40-foot wide tunnels separated by 25-foot limestone pillars created by the room and pillar method of hard rock mining. But the temperature is the most interesting part. So it stays between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit all the time. So they did put a lot of cheese there for a while. I think a long time ago we talked about the different cheese things. Whatever, that's a whole different thing, like government cheese or whatever. But yeah. Honestly, this is what I see Saudi Arabia doing, just building a lot of things underground, which I think will be really interesting. I don't know how soon they're going to do it, but that's honestly where they have to do it if they want to get involved in more data stuff. It just doesn't get cool enough, and it's not mountainous enough for them to put it high in the mountains or dig into mountains. Like you could do it in Iran or China. China does that a lot. Basically, I do a lot of research projects for fun. Mm-mm. You are not getting my beef. No. I don't know. But they're trying to get more into software because that's what Israel does. And they really want to, honestly, I think they're trying to work with Israel on their surveillance technology because it'll be very advantageous for them. Not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but this is literally what they've talked about publicly, so I think it's fine. I'm not really like, oh, maybe this is gonna happen, maybe this is gonna happen. It's literally like what Israel makes the most profit off of. So like, is let's see. Oh, this is the WHO Profits Research Center is really helpful. If you want to look more into this on your own, see like how they make money, what they do to make money. A lot of like public companies you can look into here. There is some. They talk about labor exploitation and all that good stuff. It's quite fascinating. And you could look up like lots of different companies from different areas. I like them as a resource. Obviously, there's going to be some gray areas, so. But for the most part, they're very good at what they do. So that's where I've gotten a lot of information on this stuff, too. There's also plenty of other resources you guys can look into as well, if you want to. But this is a pretty decent source. Like, the one I sent you is just of Microsoft. And, Microsoft services to the Israeli military. Microsoft provides. I can just fucking show you. Hold up. Wait, chat, I can just show you. Chat. Oh my god, I forget. I have the power. I got the power. Okay, so Al-Munisek app, which is the service to the Israeli military. So Microsoft has a history of deep engagement with the Israeli high-tech industry and close ties to the Israeli military. Very important to know. Though it's fully owned Israeli subsidiaries, the company has provided services to the Israeli government, the Israeli Ministry of Defense, IMOD, and cloud services to the Israeli military and security bodies of Israel. So this is what I kind of talked about a little bit before. Microsoft Israel is one of the 3 strategic centers of Microsoft worldwide, and one of the company's largest leased international property spaces. In November of 2023, Microsoft launched its first cloud data center region in Israel with an estimated investment of hundreds of millions of United States dollars. Let's see, Microsoft provides its cloud platform service to the Israeli military for all of its military applications. Let's see, the Al-Munisek application of the coordinator in Arabic, was developed by the IMOD and used by the Israeli Civil Administration in the occupied West Bank to manage issuing of permits needed for Palestinians in the occupied West Bank and Gaza for work, commerce, family visits, medical, and legal needs. So there's like a border that everyone has to cross in order to go into the West Bank or Gaza. And it's very, very difficult to go into. And they will check you and they will question you. I recommend watching to a streamer by the name of Ray K. I've talked about him a lot online before. And since he's actually from the Levantine region, I don't know if he's from Israel or Palestine, but I highly recommend that you watch him and maybe you can ask him a bit more about that process because he's actually gone through it. Let's see. The application runs on Microsoft Azure and Microsoft Platform for Cloud Computing Services. The application is also used to schedule appointments for the issuance of biometric smart cards, which are required for Palestinians to cross Israeli checkpoints. All right. In addition to their provision of general information such as their name, ID, and phone number, users have to give access to their phone's IP address, geographic locations, access to the camera and files stored on mobile devices, and consent to the extraction and storage of the data by the Israeli military and of sharing information with third parties such as other government authorities. That's a lot of fucking data. Like, when I say that they do not have rights, they literally do not have rights when it comes to their data. Everything is just being like... Everything is just kind of like monitored. Not even kind of. Everything is heavily, heavily monitored. All right. By November 2021, over 500,000 Palestinians were using the app. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, with the closure of the offices of the ICA, Palestinian workers who were in Israel and the Israeli settlements in the West Bank were compelled to fill out a health form using the app and use it to check the status of their permits. For more, read about exploited and essential Palestinian labor under COVID-19, which is a whole different thing to get into. Microsoft Azure servers were also used to establish military applications developed by the Israeli military IT and cyber defense division. The company provided the military with servers to store the application's information, and senior programmers of the company guided and advised in the developmental process. Additionally, Microsoft Authenticator app is used by the Israeli military for soldiers to log into military apps with an MyIDF user login facial recognition, fingerprint, or a one-time code. Now, Microsoft works in collaboration with the Israeli militaries. I could keep going, blah, 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 blah. Oh, here's another one. This is the more important part. In August 2023, a developer conference was held at Microsoft Israeli offices with the Shahar unit, the software house for the organizational systems of Israel, military combat management and support under the ICT division. About 150 soldiers, officers, and consultants from a selection of development frameworks in the Army participated in the conference, and lectures and professional discussions were held on Kubernetes, React, cyber defense testing, knowledge management, and innovation. And this is where a lot of information has come out about what Israel has done and has been doing and that sort of thing. They've been very invested in like military schools, collaboration with Israeli military schools, the Ariel University, blah, blah, blah. The police. In January 2024, Microsoft Israel was contracted by the Israeli police as sole supplier, with the exemption from tender to provide Microsoft Premier expert services and maintenance until the end of December 2026 for NAS 3,600,000, blah, blah, blah. Which that's not like super important. It just means that they're going to be contracted with them. They're going to be involved in not just their software storage, but also their software management. So basically database stuff. For people who aren't involved in database work. It's basically where they put all their files, how they store files, how they search through, parse through files, all that sort of information will be handled by Microsoft. Let's see. It's they make a shit ton of money here. Let's see. The prison service. In 2021, Microsoft was provided software for consulting services for Israeli prison service. Basically, they're involved in everything. Yeah. Let's see. And the Niqab is a different one. In June 2023, Microsoft opened a new office in the high-tech park of Gavyam in the city of Be'er Sheva in the Niqab. The industrial park is located next to Israeli military communications base and computer service directorate campus, and was built as part of a southern relocation plan led by the Israeli Ministry of Defense. The military industrial development plan was designed to relocate technology companies alongside military elite tech units to the Niqab in order to enhance the integration of soldiers from cyber units. Cyber is super big in Israel, by the way. I've talked about that this entire time. And work in high-tech companies at the end of their service. This project is part of a greater attempt to strengthen Jewish settlement and develop the Niqab, while Palestinian Bedouin communities in the region face forced displacement and de-development by Israeli authorities. But yeah, this is like a really good link too. Which, I mean, I could go into like all of this for a very long time. This is pretty good too. But I highly, 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 highly recommend if you guys have time. Yeah, this is a little bit older too. It goes all the way up until 2024. So anything that's newer information that has come out since that point in time is not included in this report. So this is an older report, but it's just an example of how in-depth they go into like different databases, how they work with different countries, different companies and that sort of thing, how their centers are designed, and you can find a lot of information there if you really like to do that digging. But I have a background in tech, so for me it's kind of like, ooh, this is interesting. It kind of like, it scratches an itch, but I highly recommend if you want to learn more about that stuff, dig deeper. You can learn so much about everything that has been made public. I'm not sure exactly how they retrieve all of the information. I do believe it's like a nonprofit, so they get as much information as they can. And it's kind of like, it's not, I think some aspects of it is kind of open source, like you can like, but whatever, that's a whole different thing. I bet you can like download the data and that sort of thing if you want to, and yeah. That's for tech people, and if you really care about that, you can dive more into it. I'm not going to build out any programs to like parse through that data or anything like that. I would have to have a lot more time on my hands, and I don't like doing database work, so as I worked with APIs, but which is a lot of database shit. You guys probably don't know a lot about that. If you do, you know, it's whatever. But I just hate database management. Andrew's a lot better at that than I am. But yeah. It's quite interesting. And if you dive a lot more deeper into the tech stuff, you learn that almost everything financially big that's happening is very tech driven. Like it's all about tech. How can we make tech go faster, be more efficient, make more money and stuff? And Israel is really, really big in the tech market, and they have been for a long time. And people just do not pay attention to it. They do not. And they think that what's going on is just a religious war. And that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that it's all about like religion and shit like that when it's not. It hasn't been about like religion for a very, very long time. They literally test their software on Palestinians, and they have for a while now. But that's not even a theory. It's all public information. Like I said, do digging. Whoprofits.org is a pretty good site for you to find a lot of that information. I'm pretty sure other content creators have probably made some content about it. If not, if you guys want me to dive deeper into it, I could. But that'd be like I'd have to prep for a whole stream for that. And that would take me I could probably have some of it for you tomorrow if you guys really are invested in it. But I kind of stick away from, or at least stray away from a lot of tech conversations because I feel like you guys just don't care. So, and there's plenty of other like techies online who are lefties where you can get a ton of this information. And like I said, I stopped doing tech a while ago. So most of what I know is web dev work. And since I worked with APIs, I got to get my fingers in lots of different databases and website structures and, different companies and that sort of thing, which is fun. It's just, that's how I know about this stuff, but I don't know. I hope that you guys, it's fun for me. I know, it sounds crazy, but it is quite fun. And, if you can, please, please, please do some digging into it. I think tomorrow I will probably have some more information prepared for you on that. Just because it is, number one, super fucking important. No one talks about it enough. Two, I have a lot of stuff. I just need to accumulate the sources for you guys, and then we can have a greater discussion about it if you would want to. I think that'd be quite fun. Yeah, I don't know. I usually never like talk about this, but I think it's fun. I don't code a lot anymore. I'm not like some fucking hacker, or anything like that. That's not really my wheelhouse. I don't do any red hat stuff or like anything fun or exciting, nor do I want to. I'm not very proficient in a lot of language stuff. Unless I get back into tech, and then I'll probably like practice more, but I don't know. Technically, if you guys really want to know the truth about stuff, nothing with an Intel chip is like safe if you're into like cybersec shit. Unless it's like older than, I think it's like 2018, 2014, one of those dates. I can't remember the one exactly. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, you would have to build out your own computer almost from scratch if you wanted to have a very secure software. Linux doesn't protect you like people say it does. Windows, that's why I don't really give a fuck. I have like my own, stuff that I do on my computer to keep me safe. But just don't put sensitive stuff on your computers. Like, just don't do it. Everyone's like, oh, if you get Linux, you'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. That's like some juvenile shit. Like, maybe to the average, like, virus, or it's like harder in some aspects, but it's easier to exploit in others. So I just think keeping it simpler and, how do I say it? Hmm. Uh, keeping it simple and only put what you have to online is the best thing that you can do. Like, just don't put any personal data online unless you're comfortable with it. Don't, like, not even on your fucking computer. Don't have the fucking diary on your computer. Don't, like, unless you want it to be read. Don't do anything unless you would, like, absolutely feel comfortable with people seeing it. And even then, data harvesting is a thing, and you never know what people do and do not have access to. If you have like a work login or anything like that for Teams or whatever, it's best to either have a separate device or just like don't like have separate things for different things. Like if you're on the same network, I guess in some ways it can be redundant. This is getting deep into the weeds, but like personally speaking, I highly recommend that you just like keep everything as separate as possible. If you have work shit, keep it on your work computer, work laptop, unless you absolutely have to. Your school stuff goes on one device only. And then, like I said, network stuff can make it harder, but that's like a whole different discussion. I just like keeping things separate, just neat and tidy. But not everyone's like that. And it's not insanely necessary, honestly, but it's just precaution wise. I don't know. It makes me feel a little bit safer. Because then at least you get like a heads up if something's compromised. You can be like, oh yeah, this is compromised from this device for this reason or whatever. But I don't know. People are a slave to convenience. So a lot of people want like all like Apple products or whatever. So your watch can be connected to your laptop, which can be connected to your phone, which can be connected to whatever other Apple devices you have, like your Apple Home, and man, that shit's crazy too. I don't know. Like I said, cybersec isn't really like my forte. Andrew, he like majored in cybersecurity and stuff, and that's like part of his wheelhouse. I more so like just little nitpicky things with cybersec. It's just not really like my field, of expertise. And technically, I wouldn't say I'm like super. I'm pretty knowledgeable. I always forget that I am a lot more knowledgeable than the average person, but I'm most definitely not like someone who is like an expert in any field. I would have to get my certs redone and everything. You have to do them every couple of years. I don't know. Tech is like a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to explain that so you guys know a bit of my background and why I'm diving into this, how I'm educated, what aspect I'm approaching it from,
Food
and
in
just leave it at
five.
that. Food in 5. Yum yum. Hi, Stewie. Hi, Bubby. Hello. Hello. Stewie's like, give food. Do you want to come say hello? My good little mans. Oh. Here he is. My little void. He's like, whoop. He really wants the chicken. Andrew's cooking chicken, so therefore Siri does not want any snuggles. All he wants is chicken. He's like, give chicken, please. Nom nom nom. But yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I will. I'll accumulate some stuff. I think that'd be quite fun. There's obviously many other things that we could dive deeper into. But we shall see. I'm very, very excited to see what comes next. I don't know. Honestly, I love doing little homework projects for you guys. It's so fun. But some weeks I can't really do it as much just because I have, like, this isn't like my job. So it's not like I can just do it all the time. I still have other work related things and I'm in school too. So it's like, right, Lex, bye. Wait a second. Where certs? I really want to do like security plus. That'd be like a lot though. A lot of work, but it'd be. You get paid a fuck ton. I don't know if I want to go back in tech though. It's very corrupt. You do make quite a bit of money though. The money is very liquid. It's very like It does cost a lot to take the test, but the money. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Am I gonna be a bitch to capitalism? I don't know. Anyways, I guess it's time for me to go. I guess it's time for me to go now. I think it'd be fun. Hopefully, we have a good time tomorrow. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. For those who are watching the VOD, because I know not a lot of people are here right now. And sleep well, stay safe, stay alive, and toons.